Do you want to know how to increase Twitter engagement by understanding and tracking social media posts? In the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about how to read Metricool reports to make the most of Twitter and social media marketing. My name is ELISE Nelson, and I help tech challenge makers build a profitable e-commerce brand. Thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel, where I offer lessons that are 15 minutes or less to help you grow your e-commerce shop. In this short video, I'm going to share with you which reports are available on Metricool to help you better understand your Twitter account and increase Twitter engagement for your e-commerce business. But before we jump into this maker lesson, I'd love to know if you're using Twitter for your maker business. Leave a comment and let me know. All right, so before we go into analyzing the data and analytics, I want to show you a few awesome things not to miss when you're looking at your Twitter data and analytics on Metricool. So very first thing you need to do is you're going to go to the Evolution tab and you're going to go to Twitter if you want to look at Twitter account. We are going to set our dates. So again, you want to make sure you're comparing apples to apples. The last 30 days is a great one to use because you're always comparing the same number of days. You can do current month or something else, but remember that if you're looking at February, which is 28 days, versus another month that's 31 days, you're not actually comparing the same amount of time. So keep that in mind. I usually go with the last 30 days. And then the next thing I want to point out is that you can show and hide specific metrics. So right now, look at this blue teal line. Do you see how it starts down low and then is slowly building and coming up to here? Now, if I click on this pink one, all of a sudden that teal line looks like it's straight across. So depending upon the difference in the numbers on these different analytics, you're going to see a different chart when you turn things on and off. They are active when they are fully colored. When they are grayed out like this, they are not active. So if I click on this one, you can see, but I can't even tell that's there because this one is so much more than these. So by turning this one off, I can better see the green and the blue. So if I turn the green off, now I can see the blue is all like that. Same thing with the green. I can see it like this. So you want to keep that in mind when you're looking at these, that you can turn these on and off, and that way you'll be able to better see where the spikes are, the growths, the dips, that kind of thing. The next thing is at this bottom one down here where we are looking at our actual tweets. You can actually download a CSV file of all of your tweets. We covered the competitor analytics in another video, so go back and watch that if you want to. But of course, you can also download your competitor metrics as well. While you are here, you can also change your columns. So if you wanted to change this to not have all of these, you can uncheck them to make them go away. I typically leave them all checked. And you can also sort by the columns. So if I wanted to sort this by the number of likes, if I click on likes, you can see it starts at the smallest number. And if I click it again, it'll bring it to the biggest number at the top. So this is a way for you to sort your same data to be able to see what has the most of each of these things. You can also change your rows per page from 5 to any of these numbers here. So I'm going to leave mine on 5. And if you click this little arrow over the caret, it'll take you to the next page. So you can see I'm on 6 through 10, and before I was on 1 through 5. You can also perform a search here. So if there's a specific post that you know that you talked about, I don't know, a specific place or whatever, you can type a keyword in and it'll bring up the post with that keyword in it. Of course, you can also look at your tweet list right here. But again, this has to do with competitors, and I've covered this in another video. So you'll want to go back and watch that video if you don't know what I'm talking about as far as monitoring competitors with your Metricool account. So before we jump into the rest of this lesson, please like this video. Also, be sure to stick with me to the end of the video to learn your challenge for today and implement what you've learned. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the actual analytics. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our metrics. So we're going to start by looking at our followers. So here you can see your total followers. Over here is your new followers. So these are the people that are actually following your account. And then the followings is how many people you're following. And then this is your total for the time period that you've selected. And this is your new following down here. You can also look at your second level followers. So basically what this is it is the total number of followers that your followers have. So it's not your followers, but it's all of their followers combined. So this is kind of telling you how much reach you could potentially have if you got your followers to share your content, right? You can also see your stats per tweet. So we have our total tweets, and then we have our followers per tweet. So This is telling you on average how many new followers you get per tweet. And then you can also see your likes per tweet, which is down here in our interactions section. If we come down here to interactions, you can see your likes per tweet. You can also see your retweets per tweet. So this kind of tells you what you can expect from each tweet. So the more tweets you have, theoretically, the more likes you should get. Theoretically, the more retweets you should have. And so this kind of gives you a place to start to know what you need to do to get those stats that you're looking for. And we can also look at our daily account activity. So if we come back up, you can see I have got the average weekly tweets, the average daily tweets. So this is saying that I'm almost posting once per day. And then you can also see your average daily followers right here. So this is saying each day, how many followers are you getting? So if this is in the positive, it means your account is growing. If this is in the negative, it means your account is getting smaller. You're losing people. You can also see your average daily likes if we come back down to the interactions section. So here's our daily likes and our average daily retweets right here. And then if we come back up, we can go to our, oh, sorry, too far. We can go to our engagement rate. That's right here. The engagement rate, just a reminder in case you haven't seen the other videos of the other social media accounts, is your number of interactions per 1,000 followers. So this is a metric that you can use to compare even if you're using different time frames, because this is going to be always per 1,000 followers. We also have our impressions here, and this is the total views of your content. In other words, one person may be counted more than once. If they viewed 2 different tweets, they would be on here twice. So if you've got somebody that's looking at your tweets every day and you're posting every day, they could be in here multiple times. So this is a per content view, not a per person. Your interactions are also listed, and this is going to include all of these: your likes, your retweets, your replies, your quotes, your profile clicks, your link clicks. All of these up here are going to be included in this interactions. And then we can also look at our individual tweet metrics. So if we scroll down a little bit further, we can see right here, it's listing out each of my individual tweets. And you can, of course, sort these columns to show you, the most of one of these things. So things like your impressions, your engagement rate, your likes, your video views, these are great ways to sort and see which tweets are doing the best for you. And then once you determine what your audience likes and what you get the most engagement for, you can use that to determine what type of content to put out in the future. Now, we did already cover competitors in another video, so if you missed that video, definitely go back and watch it. I talk about how to use Metricool to monitor your competitors and help you find what posts you should be posting and get more engagement by monitoring your competitors. Now, if you want more help with your e-commerce brand, be sure to subscribe and sign up for notifications on my YouTube channel, where I offer lessons that are 15 minutes or less to help you grow your e-commerce shop. Now, we're going to look at one other place for metrics for Twitter. So here in Twitter, you can actually look at the real-time metrics. So if I come up here to the top and I click on real-time, and then I click on Twitter, you can see that I have more metrics here. Now, I do want to point out that these metrics are for the last 8 days, and you have no control over this time period. So you can only see this for the last 8 days. You cannot change it. And what this is this is a way for you to compare yourself to a competitor. So for my Carry Clips brand, the competitor that I'm going to use is going to be Pack Hacker. And they're not exactly a competitor, they're actually a coordinating brand. And if you'd like more information about understanding competitors and coordinating brands, I highly recommend you go back and watch that previous video that is specifically about competition and how to use them to make your account better. But here we go, I've got Pack Hacker, so I'm gonna hit OK. And what this is going to do is this is going to give you a comparison between yourself and whoever you put over here. And when you exit this screen and come back in, this will be blank again. So every time you come back to this, it's going to do a new comparison, and you can use the same person or a different person for those comparisons. And you can see my brand is showing up in this kind of teal color, and they're showing up in this pink color, so you can see who is who. We can see the followings here. So this is how many people I'm following, how many people they're following, versus how many people are following them and how many people are following me. So this is the first comparison that you can look at. You can also look at how many tweets were published. So you can see for me, I'm posting every day except for, it looks like I missed this day and this day. Meanwhile, they posted, I'm gonna guess this might be Monday through Friday, maybe, I'm not sure, I'd have to look at the dates. And this one day, they actually posted 5 times. They tweeted 5 times on this one day. And this one day, they tweeted 3 times. And you can see mine is 1 a day. So this might be an indicator of how maybe they're doing better than you are. It could also be a time thing. There's all sorts of things, but these can be indicators of things you may want to look at. So you can see they got 3 replies. I didn't get any replies, so you can also compare these metrics here. And then we can go down to our interactions. And this is going to be your likes, your retweets, your mentions, and your replies. And again, you can look at this and see if there's a big difference between them. So between our 2 brands, there's really not. We have very similar likes, retweets, mentions, and replies. They have significantly more followers. So what that tells me is my people are actually more engaged than their people are because they have such a bigger quantity of people than I do. So in this comparison, I'm actually learning that I'm doing pretty well. I'm getting the same amount of interactions as a much larger brand. So that's actually a really good indicator that I'm doing a good job. So you want to kind of pay attention to this. If you notice that they're getting a lot more, is it because they're bigger or is it because they're doing something better? In which case you should go and investigate that and figure out if you can do whatever they're doing. It also will tell you the best friends. So this is going to be the people that mentioned you and replied to your post the most. And you can see how many followers those best friends have as well. And so this kind of shows you who the different best friends are for the 2 different brands. And if this is a competitor, these may be good people for you to go and investigate because maybe they would be your best friend also if you started engaging with them. All right, so then let's look down here at community management. So here it tells me all of my followers. So these are the people who are following my account. All of my followings, so these are the people that I'm following. Shows all of their followers and all of their followings. And so you can actually look at each of these by clicking on them and seeing who maybe you want to start engaging with based upon who's engaging best with them. And it'll actually tell you how many followers those people have, how many followings those people have, when their last tweet was, which is important because if they have not tweeted in 10 months, they're probably not a good account for you to engage with. And then if they follow you and if you follow them, it even allows you to follow and unfollow people right here in Metricool for Twitter. So my followers, I probably don't really need to investigate very much unless I want to see if there's people that I'm not following who I should be following. So like this Global Gals is following me, but I'm not following them. So it may be worthwhile to look at their account and see if this is someone that I should be paying attention to. Maybe they're in my industry and I should know what they're doing. Other than that, there's not really much here. My followings is going to tell me who is not following me back. I don't play the follow for follow game, but at the same time, if someone is not interested in what I'm doing, then maybe I don't need to be following them. This does not apply to really big brands. So for example, you can see I am following Condé Nast Traveler. They are a major, huge influencer in my niche. So they're not following me back, but that doesn't mean I need to unfollow them. So you have to kind of think this through and logic it out, whether this matters or not. But following people that are big names in your industry is a smart move, even if they do not follow you back. Where this really comes in handy is looking at their stuff. So these are their followers. So if this is a coordinating or competitive brand, those are my ideal people. I should be trying to get these people to also follow me. So this is where this is important. So you can see a luxury travel blog has a lot of followers and a lot of followings. They last tweeted 4 minutes ago, so they're an active account. They're not following me and I'm not following them. So is this someone that is a big name in my industry that I should be engaging with? And this is kind of where the gold mine is when you're looking at these competitors, is trying to look through what they've got going on and seeing maybe this is someone I should be looking at too if you're dealing with a brand that is either a competitor or a coordinating brand of your own. And so this community management is gold for your Twitter account. So make sure you're paying attention to this, that you're taking full advantage of it. And you can see there are tons and tons of pages here that could very easily take some time for you to analyze. But in the long run, it could get you more followers, more engagement, and more eyes on your products, which of course is the entire goal of doing this. So today's question was, are you using Twitter for your maker business? Leave a comment and let me know. Don't forget to watch my last YouTube video about how to analyze Metricool data to improve your social media marketing strategy for Facebook. In the next video, we'll be discussing how to improve your TikTok marketing strategy using analytics to increase engagement. Now, if you're ready to start tracking your Twitter analytics with Metricool so that you can see this awesome community management tab, be sure to click the link in the description to sign up and try the free account right now. Your challenge for today, are you ready? Your challenge for today is to go investigate a competitor's Twitter analytics and see if it might spark some insight into how to change your own marketing. I'd love to hear what you discover. Feel free to comment and tell me how it goes. Don't forget to live your dream every single day, and I will see you in the next video.